Hi everyone, it's Tawney. If you're new here, thank you for joining me. I film beauty videos, lifestyle, home videos, vlogs every now and then. Most of the time I like to talk about makeup. And that's what we're doing today. We're just doing a casual sit down, get ready with me, and we're doing a green eye look because St. Patrick's Day is, I believe, on Tuesday. I believe it's the 16th or 17th. The 16th is Tuesday. So we are doing a St. Patty's Day look for St. Patty's Day. And I will make sure this gets uploaded on the right St. Patty's Day, not what I assume St. Patty's Day is. So yeah, if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell down below so you get notified when I upload videos. And if you're not new here, thanks for coming back. Thanks for joining me for yet another video. Yeah. I have been very productive today, surprisingly. That typically doesn't happen. Doesn't always happen, but mainly it typically doesn't happen. I am not one of those people that can like have their crap together, if that makes sense. I'm not one of those people who has my crap together. That's really like the whole, I do not have my crap together. For those of you who are new, I live on my own in my own apartment, and I have to do all the chores myself. So that means that anytime something needs cleaned up or washed or put away, I gotta do it. And I am I'm not really a procrastinator, but I will say that I do procrastinate. I just wouldn't consider myself like a chronic procrastinator, if that's even a thing, if that makes sense. I like to clean when I want to clean. When I am in the mood to clean, I can like clean things like you won't believe. Like seeing the TikTok videos of that girl cleaning stuff that's like horrifically disgusting, that's like my thing. Like I mean, it grosses me out and I'll like sit there and like make funny faces about it. But like, that's kind of my whole, what I gravitate towards kind of a thing. And I mean, my apartment has never been that bad. My old apartment, now that's a different story, but the current apartment I'm living in has never been that bad. And do I want to use these foundations? I'm going to use a different foundation than what I have here. But like I was saying, I love to clean, and my apartment has been in need of like a deep clean lately. I usually sweep up the floor, like if there's a mess or something, I'll sweep it up, but I haven't like made an effort to really get under the couches or sweep the entire kitchen area. So that's kind of what I did today. I'm going in with the L'Oreal Fresh foundation, and I use the shade 410. And so I took everything off the kitchen floor and swept it and got that all cleaned up. Then I cleaned out my junk cabinet with my all junk food in it, not junk stuff, because there's a whole different drawer for that. I don't have a drawer for that yet, but I feel like it's coming. I feel like it's just something that like, I just haven't found a drawer for it. So I'm still in the process of like figuring that out, even though I shouldn't figure it out. I should just like not do it. But, so I was cleaning out the cabinet with all of the junk food and stuff, and like, it's not all junk food. Like, I mean, it has cereal, which is considered junk food. And I have like oatmeal in there and like bags of chips and things like that. And like, I really like sour gummy bears, the Haribo kind. So I have a lot of bags of those in there. Because like a lot of times when my friend comes over, he likes to eat those. So I always have a bunch on backup. And they like don't go bad for a while. So I figure as long as they're in the cabinet in like a controlled temperature environment, they're fine. And I had to clean that out because it was kind of a disaster. Definitely needed taken care of. Had to sweep under the couches, had to clean off the counters in the kitchen and just kind of like wipe everything down just to like disinfect and sanitize and like make sure everything was like clean and not just like looks clean but not as clean. Because there's a difference. And then I've just been watching a lot of The Office today. As you can tell, have not watched Scott's Tots today, but I have watched a good many episodes, and I figured I would film a video for you all because I like doing St. Patrick's Day looks, but I'll tell you, green is a color that I find very hard to work with for me. It's blue and green. I can do really well with pinks and purple even mixing black in there every now and then, but not typically. Like, that's not quite what I'm good at, but I'm better at it than like blues and greens, which sucks because like I don't want to be bad at doing, you know, a blue or green look, but I'm not the best. I've tried in the past, and I think that's something that like I figure the more I work on, the better I'll get at it. So that's what I'm trying to like, the mindset I'm trying to have basically. So like it'll encourage me to keep doing looks with these colors, even though at the current moment it's not going quite as well as I want it to. But I'm at least trying to do the looks and trying to like be better at those things. So I'm not like I at least want to say that I've tried, and if I can't do it, it's just because like I just don't know, not because I've never really tried to do it, you know? And I see so many videos of people doing eye looks, and I'm like, that looks so easy, and I feel like I could do that. And then I go to do it, and it looks like poop. So then I'm like, I don't know what I do wrong. I don't know if I have like the wrong like brushes or tools. And like, I've bought nice brushes. I've bought brush sets. I think I've bought like 2 or 3 brush sets since I started getting into makeup, which does add up money-wise because a brush set's typically like around the cost of all those brushes added together. But usually you get some sort of discount because you're not buying them all individually, and you're buying them like together. But I'm not totally sure like where the problem lies and like my ability to do the makeup. I kind of feel like though it might be my patience, because I recently tried to do a winged liner on myself, and I like really sat down because I've been using the Makeup Revolution Renaissance Flick matte eyeliner because I've heard a lot of people say it's really good, and I figure if I can't do eyeliner, I don't want an eyeliner that's going to make it even harder for me to actually do, you know, getting that on my face. So I'm going to use one that like everybody says works, that I know is going to be like a trusted eyeliner. So I've been using that, and I like sat down one night and really like focused on making the wing look nice, tried to be very patient in like getting that exact line without making it bumpy, because my hand tends to shake, especially if I'm like in the nitty gritty of doing it and things like that. So I really tried to like take my time, make it look nice without like stressing myself out at the same time or getting frustrated if it didn't turn out. And it actually turned out decent. It could have been better, but it turned out fairly well, so I can't really complain too much. I went in with the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and now I'm going in with the Milani Translucent Prep Set and Go powder. It's just the powder I use all the time. And I really just try to like focus on what I'm doing, not let any mistakes really bother me, because I'm still in the learning process, and like I can't get mad if things don't work out. I can just like keep trying, you know what I mean? Like that's what I'm trying to, the mindset I'm trying to get into, and that's just what I've been trying to focus on when I do my makeup in general, because your makeup's never going to look totally perfect. It's just going to kind of look like I don't know, it'll look good. It can never be perfect, and that's just kind of what I'm trying to tell myself. I'm going to go in with the LA Girl Shady Slim Brow Pencil. You can see that I've been using it a lot because you can't really see the logo. And I use the shade Medium Brown. I also tried to do the like super popular brows that like everybody does, but I found that I either don't have the brows for that, which is totally okay if that's like the case. My eyebrows have needed waxed for like a very long time now, but I'm not currently able to go see my hairstylist that I typically go to. And I'm like in the process of finding someone new to go to, but it's a struggle when you've gone to the same person your whole life to have your hair and your brows done. So I'm still like in the process of that, but I've tried to do like the laminate brows, tried to do soap brows. I've tried to do where you use like the pen that like, it almost looks like an eyeliner pen, and you do your eyebrows that way. I've tried that, and I found that I just either don't like the way it looks, or I can't make it look nice, which could always be the case, because I feel like sometimes like as much as I try, I'm never quite as good as like I want to be with doing something like that. Like brows are one of those areas, I've always had thick brows like this. So I've always just been like a filler inner, not like a draw them on. So anytime there's a trend where like you draw the brow on, I struggle because I literally can't do that because I already have too much eyebrow. There's literally nothing to draw on. And when you draw something on, when you already have so many eyebrow hairs, you just end up making your eyebrows even thicker than they already are. And the whole point is to have like not super thick, but also not like stick thin eyebrows. So it kind of like, it's been a struggle. So I've just been like, find what works and just stick to that. You can try other techniques, but just know that like you have your system set, you know what works, and just do that. And then I went in with the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara. I have the shade Brunette in this, and this is like my favorite brow mascara. I've used other ones like the Essence one and the ColourPop one, but I find that the Milani ones, or the NYX one, is the one I just go back to. And I'm using the Milani eyeshadow primer for my base of my lids, and we're going to use a new-ish eyeshadow palette today, and I hope it turns out decent. Otherwise I'm going to have to get like another palette out to like save the day. I don't always try new things with color. I find that's something I like struggle with, is like trying to get certain colors mixed in, which is like what I said with, you know, blues and greens, but I'm going to work on it. That's the whole, you know, just trying new things. So I am going to use this green eyeshadow palette and see what we can do with it. And it is the e.l.f. Bite-Sized Eyeshadow Palette in Hot Jalapeno. And it looks like this. Let me take the, there we go. It looks like this. It has some really nice yellows, has a nice gold here, and then it like slowly goes into like the deep green. So I kind of want to incorporate all the colors, but I'm not totally sure if I'll be able to do that. But we're going to try. We're just going to see what we can do. So I'm going to go in with the Morphe & Jaclyn Hill JH37 brush. It's just the brush that I have on hand that I like to use all the time. I'd like to get a brush that isn't from Morphe and isn't Jaclyn Hill, but I have it, so I'm going to use it. So I'm going to go in with this shade right here. I believe these two are mattes and these two are shimmers. That's kind of what I'm like getting at. So I'm going to go with this one and use it as my transition, but mainly put it on like the outer part because I want the inner part just to stay that like nice gold. Like that's kind of what I'm thinking I'm going to put in the middle. I've seen some people do really nice looks with this palette and with the green palette that the Fenty Beauty came out with. And I know that they're kind of sort of similar. They're not quite the same because the Fenty one has 2 more shades than this one does. But I've seen a lot of people do some nice looks, so I'm going to try and like do a nice look too. We'll see how that works because green sometimes looks a little bit like pukey on me. It all tends to like blend in to itself. That's usually my problem when I work with greens or blues, mainly dark blues. I find that like light blues I'm okay with, but dark blues all just tend to mud together and I can never get them to stay like a vibrant, like true to color kind of shadow, you know? Okay, that looks really nice. I am going to go in with that deeper shade, but I might actually save that for like the outer part at the bottom of my, like down here, if that makes sense. So I'm going to take that shade and do the same thing to the other eye. I find that when you get to the second eye, it's always easier because you've already done it on the first eye. So you kind of have like an idea of what you're doing. So it's not too hard to recreate that again, if that makes sense. Okay, so now we're actually going to go into that deeper shade, the deepest one in the palette. And I'm going to take that along the lower lash line and really keep it as far out as I can because I don't want to make it look too dark on the bottom. And then with whatever I have left, I'm just going to slowly work my way in, but not too much that all of that color is like following my brush inward. You know what I mean? I just want to make like a nice little shadow of the color and then keep the deeper part on the outside. just like that. I think that looks quite nice. For a green eyeshadow palette, I'm really liking this. Like, I'm a little worried still. Like, I'm still a little bit, like, nervous about making it look nice. But I think it's turning out okay. There's my cat Chad right there. He loves to look out the window. And he's been very excited to run around today. I think he likes having me around. So he's been extra today. And I'm going to slowly take that up with what's left and then work my way in just like the other side. Yeah, okay. I think that looks really nice so far. I really like the way the lower lash line looks. I was a little worried that it was going to get kind of like mucky, but I feel like going in very light and focusing that color in a specific spot and then slowly like buffing it out really helps make it look nice. So now I'm going to go in, I'm going to actually use a brush this time, and it is the Wet n Wild and Bretman Rock brush. It looks like this. It's just kind of tapered at the end a little bit. And I'm going to go in with this light shimmer shade here. I'm just going to kind of like brush it like that. And that's how I'm going to pack it onto my eye. I'm going to tap that off so I don't get a little bit of fallout. And I'm going to start right where that green kind of ends. Holy crap. Holy crap. That never comes off like that with a brush. Geesh. And then I'm going to like slowly work my way in. And I'm just patting it in and not actually like brushing much of it, because you want to keep that like intensity, and you can't keep that intensity if you are moving it. You know what I mean? So I'm going to do the same to my other eye. Holy crap, this is really nice bright neon. This is St. Patrick's Day right here. Like, holy crap. Wow. That looks nice. Whew, man. Now I'm going to take that first brush and just kind of blend, just so that it's not quite as like striking of a difference. Yeah. I think that looks really nice. Don't you guys? Okay. Now I'm going to use my finger so it's a little bit more concentrated on that gold shade. Holy cow. And we are going to just tap that down on the inner corner and work just a slight bit up into that green shimmer. Just like that. Ain't that pretty? Look at that. Okay, I think that's actually where I'm going to stop. That looks really nice. I actually really like this look. Like, it doesn't go with my shirt, so I'm going to change my shirt. But I think this looks really nice. So now we're going to go in with a bronzer. And I think today I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Lumi Bronze It Bronzer. And I'm just going to put that on the outer portions of my face. And then go in with like the contour area of my face, basically. So like that. I always try and go a little bit lighter than I feel like I need, because with all the lights and stuff and being indoors, it looks really nice and like it's intense, but it looks nice. But then you go outside and like you're in your car in the regular daylight and like your face is just like a whole different shade than it's supposed to be. I had that happen a couple days ago whenever I wore makeup to work. And I think it was because my shirt was red and it was kind of reflecting a little bit. But at the same time, I feel like I had put a little bit too much bronzer on and I didn't have it like concentrated enough. Like in a certain spot, it just felt like it was all over the place. So I've been like trying extra hard to be a little bit more like aware of where I'm putting the makeup and where it's you know, on my face. And now we're going to go on with our blush. And I'm going to be using the Rimmel Maxi Blush in Sweet Cheeks because that's like my favorite blush at the moment. And now we are going in with the Revlon Skin Lights highlighter. And this is in 201 Daybreak Glimmer. And I'm going to use that as my highlight, because I wanted something a little bit more gold because we went in with this green eyeshadow. And I'm also going to use this as my inner corner and brow highlight because it has that nice gold. It's kind of a champagne gold, but I feel like it leans more gold. You could also use the Maybelline, I forget what it's called, highlighter, the original one, because that one's a really nice gold. Or they have a single shadow in the shade Gold Rush that I know a lot of people like, but it's not my like favorite, but it is really nice. You can also use that as a highlighter. I feel like that would work better for medium to deep skin tones because with me being light to fair, it sometimes shows up too gold, and I don't like the way that you like see the color. I just want the nice like flashiness. Okay, and I went in with the L'Oreal Shake and Glow Dew Mist and put that all over my face. That's one I haven't used in a while, but I really like the way it looks. The only problem with it is that I have to go in like really close to my face. Otherwise, I feel like it's not doing anything. And now I'm going to use the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara in the green tube and stay very St. Patty's Day-esque, if that makes sense. But I got mascara on my hand. I guess I did not. And for lips today, I'm going to go in, throwing things, with the Essence, this is Nude lipstick in the shade 05 Legendary, and it's just a really nice neutral. When you do a really like bright eye look or something with like, that's a little bit more intense than like your normal go-to like neutral eye, you always want to go with more of a neutral chill lip because you don't want to have everything just like chaotic on your face, unless that's the vibe you're going for. But that's typically like my rule of thumb because I find there's just too much going on and it just kind of looks a little bit like intense for me. And yeah, there you have it. There is my St. Patty's Day look. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and ring that notification bell down below so you get notified when I upload. I will see you in the next video. Bye!